Hello, guys. I am Kristen, and I'm super excited to be here. I'm gonna try to do like Brandy and be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. Also, note the running joke with all of us is who's going to have the yard man at their house today, and it's never, ever in 6 months been my day. Today is my day. So if y'all see my video off or I'm sweating, it's because I've been running outside, telling the man, if you'll come back in 30 minutes, I will give you a huge tip. Just please come back. So that's where we're at. But and Karen, don't ever apologize for the time because who all needed this? Today has been absolutely amazing, from talking about structure to living in the gap of unfair to Brandy giving you all the practical tips that you need to grow a business. And who feels I got tons of text while all of y'all were speaking saying, who is this? I haven't seen this person before, from new coaches. They are telling my story. Yeah, we all have the same bit of crazy. Not that you're crazy, kind of, but you're my friends. The same crazy busy life, but we still show up. Who all is motivated to like really get off this thing and like go for it? But then in the back of your head, you're still thinking, oh gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. And most of the time, we're there. We're like, I'm about to run through a wall. This has been amazing. I'm getting out of the gap. I know what to do. I'm structuring my day. But then we get off and we do nothing. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given, because I have a crazy life, 2 toddlers, came from J.M. Kilpatrick. He's a mentor and a good friend, and he tells everybody things in such sweet ways, yet me, I guess because I'm blunt, he tells me straight up. I was like, okay. I said, what do I need to do? My life is insane. I've got 100 and something text messages. I'm trying to clear them off. I'm very type A. I want to get it off my to-do list. And he's like, you're doing text over task. I was like, what you mean? I'm doing task. I'm getting all the things done. I'm very driven. I'm doing all the things, but I wasn't. I was accomplishing a list of to-dos, but I wasn't doing what I actually needed to do to move to the next level. And I think a lot of us are in that space. Let me turn you on gallery view because I do like to look at y'all's faces while I talk. And then I start thinking, is it just that I'm not completing the task and I'm going through the text? I know what I need to do. I've structured my time. Wesleyan's given me great tips, and I know all those things. And a lot of us know all these things, yet we don't do them. We still know how to follow the steps that Brandy's just given us, yet we don't do them. Here's where I need you guys to be brutally honest with me. And I'm about to be really honest with you. Put a 1 in the chat if you procrastinate. I'm not talking about a chronic procrastinator. I'm talking about you just procrastinate. Okay. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel bad about it. Put a 3 in the chat if you know you procrastinate, you feel bad about it, yet you do it anyway. Yep, that's all of us. Okay, here is what I'm going to tell you. Okay, and I'm looking at all your face. You're like, oh God, this girl's speaking to me. Yes, it's speaking to me too. All right, you're not lazy. You're not productive. Procrastination is not about not knowing how to structure your day. You can have all the time in the world. Procrastination is emotional. You've connected whatever the task is to a negative feeling. Either it is overwhelming, you don't want to do it. Now, if it's cleaning the toilet, that's not an emotional thing. It's just unpleasant. You've attached it to an unpleasant feeling. If it is clearing out all the text on your phone, it doesn't matter if the task or in the text, the unpleasant feeling or the overwhelming or the anxiety of having to clear it out makes me miss the task for the text. And I don't do it. You get anxious about it. You get overwhelmed. And what do? When we get overwhelmed? We stop. Okay. So me telling you and Wesleyan giving us all those things for structure, you're thinking that's amazing. I've already done that, but I'm still not doing it. It's like me. I hate to unload the dishwasher. Hate it, loathe it, despise it. It takes me 1 minute and 46 seconds. And you are thinking I timed it. No, I didn't. My mom did when I was complaining one day, and I've talked about this before. She said, just unload it while you're talking to me. And I'm like, I can't stand it. And we're talking, all of a sudden she said 1 minute and 46 seconds. And I was like, what? She was like, that's how long it took you to actually do it. Yet you complained about doing it for 10 to 15 minutes. And I was like, yep. We overestimate what it's actually going to take, and we underestimate the reward all the time. So all the structure is not going to help, because I can create structure in my day to unload the dishwasher, But let me tell you this, I still ain't going to unload it if I got an hour, because still now to this day, I know it takes me 1 minute and 46 seconds and I cringe every time. It is Mount Rushmore to me. I have to make myself do it. And what I have to do is retrain my brain. See, here's the thing about procrastination. It's an irrational feeling. We know that it's going to hurt us. We know it's going to hinder us, yet we do it anyway. That doesn't make sense. And it becomes an irrational toxic cycle of you got that reward center fired off in your brain because you had a moment of exhale. This feels good. I don't have to do it right now. And our brain works off the reward center. The more we do, the more we get rewarded as far as the feel good feeling, the more that happens. So you've just rewarded yourself for putting something off that you know needs to be done. What does your behavior do the next time? Duplicates the same process. You procrastinate again and again and again and again and again. But because of the shame and guilt that comes with that, you get anxious about it. You feel uncertain. You now feel self-conscious about it. You're not confident in what you do anymore, and you feel inadequate to complete all the things. So we don't. All the tips Brandy gave you, how many of you have been like, yes, I know what to post, I'm going to post, but you're worried about what somebody else will think. That's a negative emotion attached with that. So you procrastinate actually doing the post. You're worried about confronting the client and setting the expectations. So you don't answer the text or you don't get on the call. You're worried you're inadequate. Some of us are equally as worried about success as we are failure. We're worried if we succeed, it's going to be too much. We're worried we're going to have to take on more of the things that already overwhelm us. But what we have not ever done is look at what really is the payoff here. What are we wanting? What are we wanting to accomplish? We're overestimating all of the negative. You're going to be busy. My summer's going to be crammed. I'm not going to have time to spend with my family. I'm going to be doing these Zooms. I'm going to be listening to this girl talk 7 minutes over. But you know what the reward is? You just got to hear Karen tell you how to get out of the daggone gap. You just got Brandy telling you how to exactly grow your business, how she's done it, and her and Doug are one of the best in the business. And you got daggone Wesleyan telling you have fun with your family and structure your day. That's what you're getting, and this is free. One more side tip. I got this from a friend on training last night, a fellow coach who said, on Instagram, how they tell you all the time, promoters wanting to market something. And she was like, I never looked at it. And then I thought, you know what? They're talking about how to grow your business, how to grow your impact. And I'll just hear them out. Long story short, whoever this was, they were going to give her content to post. They wanted to know her why. Your why matters for what you do, what you do. They were going to have a once a month, one-on-one check-in for Coach Sport. It was going to cost her $7,000 a year. Y'all know how much this is? It is for free. It's for free. And they guaranteed your success. You know why they guaranteed your success? Because you had a $7,000 buy-in. You were going to show up. Your buy-in was enough to make you show up. All of this is free. All the hope, all the support, all the community, all the tips are free. But what we have to look at is even in the messy, even in the busy, we may structure our day and have all the answers. But if we're procrastinating, it is not because you're lazy. It's not because you can't do. It's because you've trained yourself to believe that you're inadequate. Or you've created a Mount Rushmore situation when really it's not. So I would challenge you to look at that today, because I do know that me telling you to just structure your day, if you procrastinate, it's like telling somebody who's depressed to just cheer up. That's not going to work. You have to look at it. You have to find a bigger, better option. Right now, your best option is to put it off, and you reward yourself for that because you feel, you have to find a bigger, better. Your bigger, better is going next level. Your bigger, better is feeling like you have accomplished something. Your bigger, better is having the life you wanted. Your bigger, better is succeeding in creating a new positive loop in not only your life, but your family's life. Your bigger, better is showing up differently. But you have to create it over and over and over, because you can't just take out the negative tapes. You have to replace them with positive ones. So I would challenge you to look at that today. I always try to tie a bow, and as everybody talks, I have all these things in my head and I'm like, yep, that's gone. So there's no need for me to tell you all the tips and tricks and how to make things quicker and more efficient when the biggest obstacle is us. And it's not because you're lazy. You've told yourself that because you don't do it. But that's not the truth. Quit telling yourself that. You haven't done it because you've procrastinated, because you have a negative emotion attached to it. So I am going to give you a couple tips to change it. Okay. Do a 4-quadrant. What's most important, what has to be done right now. In quadrant 2, it is what's important, not urgent, decide when to do it. Okay. Quadrant 3, what is urgent but not important, delegate it. Quadrant 4, not important, not urgent, dump it. So that is my one practical tip for today, because normally I do practical, but when I'm really thinking about why I don't show up the way I know I can show up, and I think a lot of this is for a lot of us because we are moms and so busy that we make it an excuse, and then we feel bad about it because we know I had time to unload the dishwasher. I had 2 hours, still didn't do it because I didn't want to, because it created a negative feeling. So change your thoughts. Rational emotive behavioral therapy. Change your thoughts, change your feelings, change your actions, change your outcome. But also want to tell a lot of you who hear all this and think this is brilliant, what do I do next? And then you don't. That's why. You have to change your emotional loop in your head, and you have to find a bigger, better option. So hope that helps you guys. Sorry it went a little over. Yay for the yard people still not being here. I owe somebody $20, $30. And Karen, back to you.